Have you ever wondered how one man could conquer a territory larger than the Roman Empire, stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe? This isn't just a story of conquest. It's the tale of a boy named Temujin, born into a world of brutal tribal warfare, who rose from nothing to become the legendary Genghis Khan. Forget everything you think you know? We're about to uncover the story of the man who didn't just conquer the world, but reshaped it forever. Imagine the vast, wind-swept steppes of 12th century Mongolia. It's a harsh, unforgiving landscape where survival is a daily battle. Into this world, Temujin was born clutching a blood clot in his fisticine, so the shamans said that he was destined for greatness. But destiny offered no shortcuts. His early life was a relentless series of tragedies. His father, a minor clan chief, was poisoned by rivals. His own tribe, fearing the burden, abandoned his family, leaving them to starve on the open steppe. Temujin, his mother, and his siblings were forced to survive on wild fruits and whatever small animals they could catch. This wasn't just poverty, it was a master class in resilience. The betrayals didn't stop there. He was captured and enslaved by the very clan that had abandoned him, forced to wear a wooden collar like an animal. But even in chains, the fire within him never died. He orchestrated a daring escape, a feat that began to build his reputation. It was during these formative years of hardship that Temujin learned his most crucial lessons. Trust is earned, not given, and loyalty is the most valuable currency in a world of shifting alliances. He forged an unbreakable bond with a young nobleman named Jamuka, swearing an oath of eternal brotherhood. This friendship would become one of the most pivotal and ultimately tragic relationships of his life. Temujin's fortunes began to turn when he rescued his wife, Bert, who had been kidnapped by a rival tribe. This wasn't a simple rescue mission, it was a strategic masterstroke. To succeed, he sought help from his father's old ally, Togrul Khan, and his blood brother, Jamuka. The successful campaign not only brought Bert back, but also demonstrated Temujin's emerging skills as a military leader and a diplomat. His reputation grew, and warriors, drawn by his charisma and his promise of a just world, began to flock to his banner. He wasn't just another warlord, he was offering something new. Unlike other chiefs who distributed spoils based on rank and lineage, Temujin implemented a revolutionary system, meritocracy. The best positions, both in the army and in his administration, went to the most capable individuals regardless of their birth. He shared the spoils of war with his warriors and their families, ensuring the loyalty of his followers. This radical idea shattered the old aristocratic structures of the steppe. He was building not just an army, but a nation bound by loyalty to him rather than to shifting clan identities. This was the foundation of his future empire. As Temujin's power grew, a collision with his blood brother Jamuka became inevitable. Jamuka represented the old way, a confederation of aristocratic clans. Temujin represented the new unified state under a single, absolute ruler. Their friendship curdled into a bitter rivalry, culminating in a series of devastating battles. The final confrontation was a turning point. After defeating Jamuka, Temujin offered to renew their brotherhood, but Jamuka, believing there could only be one sun in the sky, refused. He asked for a noble death one without the shedding of blood, as was the tradition for royalty. Temujin honored his friend's last wish, a somber end to a relationship that had once defined his world. With his last major rival gone, Temujin's path was clear. In 1206, a great council, or Kurultai, was convened on the banks of the Anan River. All the tribes of the steppe gathered, and there they proclaimed Temujin as the Genghis Khan, the universal ruler of all the Mongol people. This wasn't just a new title, it was the birth of the Mongol nation. He was no longer Temujin, the clan chief. He was Genghis Khan, the embodiment of a united people with a shared destiny. As the great Khan, his first act was to organize his new nation. He created the Yasa, a secret code of law that governed everything from property rights to military discipline. It forbade kidnapping women, outlawed theft, and mandated religious tolerance across his lands. He established a postal system, the Yam, which allowed messengers and goods to travel with unprecedented speed across his vast domain. He promoted trade and protected merchants, creating a sort of 13th century free trade zone. This was the visionary at work. He wasn't just conquering, he was building a stable, interconnected world. Of course, we can't talk about Genghis Khan without talking about his military genius. His army was unlike anything the world had ever seen. Every soldier was a master horseman and archer, able to ride for days and fire arrows with deadly accuracy from the saddle. He organized his army based on a decimal system units of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000, which allowed for incredible flexibility and command and control. He employed brilliant tactics, feigned retreats to lure enemies into traps, sophisticated siege warfare learned from captured engineers, and psychological warfare that made cities surrender without a fight. His campaigns were devastatingly effective, a brutal but brilliant engine of expansion. From the unification of Mongolia, Genghis Khan turned his sights outward. His conquests began with the Tangut kingdom of Shizia and then the mighty Jin dynasty of northern China. He swept across Central Asia, toppling the powerful Khwarezmian Empire in a campaign sparked by the murder of his envoys. His armies marched as far as Persia, the Caucasus, and the plains of Russia. The scale and speed of this expansion are almost incomprehensible. By the time of his death in 1227, he had laid the groundwork for an empire that his sons and grandsons would expand to become the largest contiguous land empire in history. So, how do we remember Genghis Khan? Was he a ruthless barbarian who left mountains of skulls in his wake? Or a visionary unifier who brought law, trade, and stability to a fractured world? The truth is, he was both. His methods were undeniably brutal, and the human cost of his conquests was immense. Yet, he also created the Pax Mongolica, the Mongol peace, a period of stability that reconnected the East and West, allowing trade, ideas, and cultures to flourish along the Silk Road. He was a product of his violent times, but he rose above them to forge an empire that fundamentally changed the course of history. His legacy is complex, controversial, and utterly fascinating. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the past. If you found this story as captivating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of history's most incredible figures. Let me know in the comments what you think about Genghis Khan's legacy. Until next time, stay curious.